Hello everybody and welcome back to Dr. Ghost Games. If y'all new to the channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Ghost and I make content for the game World of Warships Legends. Today we're going to be back in the USS Indianapolis Tier 6 Premium American Heavy Cruiser. And yeah, I'm in this ship quite a lot, and that's mainly because I just love this thing. It's got to be probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, cruisers at Tier 6. It's an excellent ship. I absolutely adore this thing. And we're going to talk about what this thing's all about in this video. We're going to go over its strengths, weaknesses, nada, so on and so forth, in case you guys aren't aware. So, without further ado, let's get right into this one. So obviously the Indianapolis is a heavy cruiser. And believe it or not, heavy cruisers are not defined by the armor at all. Heavy cruisers are defined by the caliber of the guns. The Indianapolis has great 203 millimeter 8-inch American guns, man, and these things are very, very good. The AP on these 203s is something else. Cruisers that go broadside, one of two things will happen: either you will overpen them or you will slap the fuck out of them. Pardon my language, but that's the only way I know how to put it. These guns are phenomenal, and as you guys saw in the first 30 seconds of this video, we're already up to 26,000 damage with 2 Citadels. Yeah, that's just these guns. I mean, there's really nothing else to explain there with the AP. AP is disgusting on this thing when it wants to be, and they're very consistent too. Now, the HE on the Indianapolis, very good. It's 203 millimeters, 8-inch HE, so you're going to have some increased penetration on there. Higher fire chance, about 17%. HE is also very good. If you get, like, for example, angled battleships, or even angled cruisers, HE will absolutely smack the crap out of those things. And, of course, you got that 17% fire chance to help you out, too, and get some passive damage with those fires. Now, also, the HE will also rip apart DDs as well. It's 203 millimeters. If you can hit more than one shell on a DD, they're not going to have a good time. So keep that in mind. Now, the other thing about the Indianapolis that's pretty special is the radar. This thing has probably the best radar at Tier 6. 9.9 kilometer range, 30-second duration, man. I don't think there is any American ship in the game currently that has 9.9 kilometer radar. The Des Moines might, but I don't exactly remember off the top of my head. But very, very strong radar on the Indianapolis. Now, the sonar on the Indianapolis, pretty average, nothing too spectacular there in terms of being an American heavy cruiser. Now, the other thing, we're going to start talking about the weaknesses of this ship now. The other thing about this is the armor. Not good. The armor is not that good at all. It has increased armor from the Pensacola, but that's not necessarily a good thing, because this thing's very crunchy. High caliber AP will, without a doubt, Citadel you 9 times out of 10 times. Like, it will absolutely crap on you. You got to be very, very careful in the Indianapolis, because if you're not, you will get absolutely wrecked. You won't get overpen very often because you got just enough armor for high caliber AP shells to arm, so usually you will just get absolutely nuked. And speaking of nuking people, we just absolutely showed what happens when you go broadside to an Indianapolis' 203 millimeter guns to that York. You don't do that, man. We're up to 5 Citadels. We got our first kill of the game, 46,000 damage. What else do I got to say about this ship, man? It's a freaking very, very strong ship. Not because of the armor by any means, but because of the firepower. Indianapolis has very good guns. I don't really need to say anything else about that. Now, the AA on this ship, nothing spectacular. It does have some 40 millimeter Bofors and stuff, but it's not really that strong. I don't even think this thing has better AA than a Helena, so the AA is kind of alright. It can do some stuff, but it's by no means anything crazy. Nothing like a Baltimore or nothing like a Helena, but it's alright. You got some. And the secondaries, there actually are some secondaries on this thing. Nothing too spectacular. If you're having to use your secondaries, you're either playing wrong or someone rushed you, like that York did, for example. We actually hit him with one of our secondaries, which is pretty hilarious. But, yeah, so Helena's coming out, maybe. Actually, it looks like he's slowing down. Now, Helena, I'm actually expecting to overpen this guy. A Helena, very light cruiser in terms of armor. I'm expecting to maybe overpen him. Now, look at those railguns. Beautiful. Unfortunately, though, as I predicted, we get 7 overpens. Nothing much we can really do about that. Now, behind the Helena, there's a Megami with him. Megami, Quite the ship. That's a Tier 7 Japanese heavy cruiser. Very nasty boat. Now, our back turret actually manages to nuke the shit out of that Helena. We got, I think, a double Citadel that was. Holy smackaroonies. That was something else, wasn't it? Our back gun managed to nuke that man. Once again, back gun, laser beams. And unfortunately, we get an overpen on the Megami. Not much we can really do about that. Now, the one thing I want to point out, that we're doing here is we're not giving up our side. We've been playing this side. We actually managed to get a solo capture on Alpha, despite me getting focus fired across the map by an Alabama and by some cruisers, man. We actually managed to get the capture zone, which is pretty amazing. Now, one thing I want to point out, too, is there's actually somebody that you might recognize on our team. Metajerk is on our team, and he's in the Zeton, and he's over there having a field day, I guess. Good for him. And he's in a Tier 7 battleship. And keep in mind, we're in a Tier 7 lobby. And we are actually, I'll point it out when it happens at the end of this video. But keep in mind, we're a Tier 6 in a Tier 7 lobby, and we are just able to hold our own, man. You cannot underestimate Tier 6 ships, especially ships like Indy, man. I don't know, maybe I'm being a little biased here. I have a special place in my heart for the Indianapolis, so maybe I'm talking a little bit too positively about the ship. But like I said, it's a glass cannon, man. If you get shot by AP, you will get wrecked. I mean, as you guys can see here, we've already lost pretty much all of our HP, and that was just to a few salvos by some cruisers. Imagine what battleships could do to you. I don't know how many times I have been just outright death struck by battleships. You don't have a lot of armor, like you really don't. This thing's very crunchy. It has enough armor to actually get citadeled, like almost every single time. You won't get overpen very often in your Indianapolis, so keep that in mind. But yeah, basically we have won this side of the map. Although, yes, we're not doing a whole lot of damage by any means. But damage should not be on your priority list. Winning the game should be. And yeah, we're up to 65,000 damage. 7 citadels. We managed to absolutely smack around these cruisers, man, that spawned over here. We got a kill. We've got a capture zone, too, in our name, a solo cap. Not too shabby, if you don't mind me saying so. And all that's left now on the enemy team is just a couple battleships. And yeah, once we take them out, that should be the end of the game. Now, to close this video off, for people who are actually maybe wanting to pick up the Indianapolis, I don't tell you how to spend your money on this channel, but if you are looking for a solid Tier 6 cruiser, and, keep in mind that this thing will get deleted if you don't play it carefully. Remember, you don't got a whole lot of armor. And that really goes for a lot of cruisers. But the only weakness, I'd say, with the ship is the armor. That's it. It takes citadels from almost everything that will shoot at you if you're not careful. But overall, man, if you can learn how to use your concealment, learn how to use islands and stuff like that, and play pretty smart, I think you'll have a good time with the Indianapolis. It has fantastic guns. It's got the best radar at Tier 6. It's got decent American sonar. Nothing too spectacular by any means, but it's a pretty solid cruiser, and I think it's very, very good. And do I recommend it? Hell yeah. You can't go wrong with having Indianapolis in your port by any means. If you guys want to buy this cruiser, I would recommend it. But like I said, I don't tell you guys how to spend your money. Anyways, I think that is about it. Just one ship left on the enemy team. We're just waiting for either Metajerk or the people over there to kill him. And that should conclude this video. If you guys have made it this far in, I would appreciate it if you guys would go down there and hit that like button if you haven't already. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I appreciate all of the support. It is freaking awesome. The amount of people I get on this channel that come in here and show so much love and support. It's amazing, and I cannot thank you guys enough. We actually loaded some HE for like the first time in this game because we were just absolutely having a field day with those cruisers. We never really needed to load HE until now against that battleship. And we get a hit, but nothing too spectacular. He goes unspotted, and yeah. So we are just waiting up to this point. What I'm probably going to do is just fast forward to the end of the video where the match results are. And yeah, I will see you guys there. Alrighty, so we are at the end of the game. Battle ended, and we're going to see what we did here. Now, keep in mind, we were in a Tier 7 lobby. We got a victory, and look at the team result. Ready, guys? Top of the leaderboard in a Tier 7 lobby, 2.5k base in the Indianapolis. If that doesn't say enough, I don't know what else does. But nonetheless, I hope you all did enjoy this video. If you guys did, leave it a like, subscribe, tell me what you guys thought of it in the comments below. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out, stay healthy, as always.